All right, let me just get this spread out to the channels. Let me get this put out on the social media platforms, and then we'll get this discussion kicked off. What I have for you up on the screen is the promo from the NBA. That is the draft lottery probabilities. So Detroit will have more ping pong balls. You know, Washington will have the most ping pong balls. Charlotte, Portland, San Antonio. San Antonio gets the number one pick. It's a problem. We're going to talk about that. We'll get into that. Don't forget to say hey when you drop by. What up, Say Less? Welcome, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There we go. Yo, what's going on, man? You're the first one in here. You're the first one in here. Appreciate you. We'll get a poll question up in the chat. See if I can get these questions changed here. So we'll do Spurs. Let's see who else. Memphis Bleak. Yo, somebody gave me access to a soundboard, man. That's not a good idea. I'm gonna have some fun with that today. I guess Eternal took time off. The guy who wanted to know about the draft is missing. I mean, it's early. The live stream just started. You know what I mean? The live stream just started. I'm sure we'll get some people. And it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Don't forget to say good Happy Mother's Day to your mother. Utah could be a problem. They get the number one pick. And then who else? Golden State. That's sneaky. I'll just add Golden State last. So we'll go Warriors. Jazz, just to make it consistent. And then Grizzlies. And we'll start a poll in here. There we go. Got that poll up there. All right, let me get these let me get this shouted out to the social media channels real quick. Being that I have no crew. The crew is me. I have no editors and producers or audio visual guys. I'm it. I am the crew. No marketing guys. I'm the guy. That didn't show up on my feed yet. Let me do it another way here. Hold on. If you're here, appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to say hi in the chat. We're going to get this thing started very, very shortly. Where is my video to push out to everybody? It's just not showing up. That's great. Gotta love technology, man. So anyway, like I was saying, I got my hands on a soundboard, so we're going to be doing some interesting things with that. Is the music too loud? Let me know. Is the music just the right volume? Did my payment stuff show up on the screen just now? So anyway, we got a lot to talk about today, a lot to discuss. Don't forget to vote on the poll as well. Where did my other tab just disappear to? Oh, there it is. It's right there in front of my face. So anyway, real quick about the soundboard that I just got my hands on. There's some there's some stuff on here, man. We got the Kendrick on here. So, you know, we had to have the Kendrick on there. There's all kind of stuff on here. So I'm going to have to play around with that. And we'll do more with that as we go. There's all kind of sound effects and crap. Everything's on here. Everything. It's cool though. So I'm happy that I got it. I'll find a fun way to incorporate the things I like, but there's way too much stuff on here, even memes from like anime and stuff. Way too many memes and crap for me to just play some of this stuff during this stream, you know, because there's just too many things to pick from, but there's some funny stuff on here. There's some real funny stuff on here. Some nostalgic things for all my Dragon Ball Z fans out there. The Ultra Instinct Goku sounds. You got everything on here for real though. But I like it. It's cool. Something to spice up the streams going forward. We'll get all kind of stuff as we move through. So right now, I mean, all they're doing on the draft coverage is talking about potential picks. So let's get into some of that, right? I don't want the Spurs, for example, to get the number 1 draft pick, right? Like if the San Antonio Spurs get the number 1 draft pick, that is a problem. That is a big, big problem in my opinion. Yeah. So we already got somebody that voted on the poll and picked the Spurs. I'm guessing that's Say Less. For sure. Like that would be a problem. The Grizzlies are a problem as well if they get the number 1 draft pick. I don't know why this isn't showing up so I can push it out to everybody on my socials. That's concerning, YouTube. I would like to push out this to social media so people can join us and know that we're live, you know? Give them a link and whatnot. Hopefully by mid-season, whenever he goes, he speeds that shot up. That's from Eternal, by the way, talking about Donovan Klingett. For those that don't know, I posted on Twitter. You can follow me at Digital Adel on Twitter. And formerly Twitter, we'll call it. And ESPN did some coverage of a workout of Donovan Klingett shooting jumpers. And his jumper is smooth, man. He's got a nice jump shot. It's just a slow release. And Eternal was saying hopefully he can speed up that release. And he will in time, but he's not going to really need to because nobody's going to be crowding him at the three-point line. He just needs to be able to be serviceable, hit that corner tray ball, right? And that'll make his value even more. So what we're going to do while we're waiting, I just wanted to show you these probabilities. They're pretty interesting. Detroit and Washington, the Wizards both have the same odds to get the number 1 pick. They have the most ping pong balls. Charlotte, Portland, San Antonio, Toronto, Memphis, Utah. And so what you can do with that information, do with it what you will. You know, some are of the mindset the NBA is going to do what they want and decide one way or another who gets the, first round pick. You know, kind of how Cleveland just so happened to get the first round pick the year LeBron came out. But, a lot of other instances in the past we're not going to get into. I'm not really a conspiracy theory kind of guy. But it is interesting how those coincidences, do pop up. Let's take a look at Tankathon real quick. That's not the right page. Hold on. Where's my Tankathon? I thought I had it up already, but apparently I don't. Huh. I swore I had it up. It was one of the first things I opened today just for this purpose. It's all good. I'm light on my feet. Let's go to the old favorites. And I did not save it as a favorite. Adele. Let's go. It's all right. We'll go Tankathon. And this is what's really interesting about Tankathon. So, Tankathon, for example. There we go. That's what I wanted. And then we'll go here. We'll increase that. We'll go mock draft. This is their mock draft simulator. Dude, they have 1 million ads. They have 1 trillion ads on Tankathon. Okay, they're zooming in on the people at the podium. They should put me in charge of the draft lottery entertainment. I swear it'd be more entertaining. But anyway, so if you take a look for my Miami Heat fans out there, we're going to reduce this a little bit because you can't see to the Heat's pick. There you go. They always have the Heat selecting Jared McCain because for whatever reason, they don't believe that McCain is going to go higher than 15. You could click Sim Lottery. Oh, there we go. We got Isaiah Collier that time. They push McCain down to 17. But it's either Collier or McCain on Tankathon for the Miami Heat. But if you take a look at this simulation from the draft lottery, I'm going to zoom in here for you so you can see it better. They have Nikola Topic to pair him with Wemby. I actually really, really like that. Let me know your thoughts in the chat for our YouTube channel. Let me get the music back on here too. Oops. Where art thou, music? There we go. Cool. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Nikola Topic being paired with Wemby, I think, would be a tremendous pairing. Him with Devin Vassell and those guards, I think it's going to actually be a really nice fit. Popovich loves international players, and the fact that Topic is averaging 7.2 assists internationally in a pro league, I think that value is just too much for San Antonio to pass up. Now, that being said, they could also pair him with, Sar. The Twin Towers reborn. Scoot up at the table looks hilarious. If you guys aren't watching on ABC, Scoot looks hilarious, man. Same thing with Brandon Miller. They're like, I don't want to be here. I can't speak for them, but that's just the vibe they're giving off, right? All right, where is... There we go. I got to get these tabs organized, you know what I mean? Don't forget to, react. Hit those reactions in the chat. Let me know what's going on, what you're feeling, and what you look forward to, right? Dude, this pulled up again? I don't know how I keep doing that. I got to just close that. But anyway, let's talk about the number 2 overall pick, right? On this Tankathon mock draft simulator. According to Gad from 5 Reasons Sports on Playback yesterday, it's pronounced Zakari. Who knew? I mean, I was probably a little bit off in my assessment, and my pronunciation of international names, my track record is, as they say, not good. I love how they just zoom in on their faces, right? Like, what do they expect those guys to do as they're sitting up there? I always find that funny. But Zakari, I mean, for Detroit, how does Zakari fit in with the backcourt of Asor Thompson, Cade Cunningham, and then Ivy. How do you fit him in? Because he's listed as a small forward, which would be Ivy's spot. And then you also have in the backcourt Marcus Sasser, who had a great season for Detroit. I mean, can you call it a great season for Detroit because they lost so much? I say Sasser, as a second-round pick, really outplayed his draft position. So I don't see the fit for Zakari in Detroit. I don't like that at all. I can't see them passing on Sarr either, actually. Oh, crap. The picks are coming in. San Antonio with the 8th pick. They could get Reed Shepherd. Reed could still be on the board for San Antonio. That would be a sneaky great pick. The Grizzlies get the 9th pick. I mean, if the Grizzlies could get Dalton Connect, watch out. Oh, crap. The Spurs are in it? Oh, man. This is rough. It's going to be rough. I mean, Stephon Castle's still on the board out there. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. Let me just put my channel out here. I don't know why it isn't popping up. It is really bizarre. Yep, it is what it is. This is a special live stream anyway. All right, I'm just pushing this out right now. Link below. It's youtube.com/@hoopsprofile. There you go. Just copy and paste that. Man, if the Spurs get the #1 pick, it's going to be crazy. I mean, the conspiracy theories are going to be flying if the Spurs get that #1 pick. I'm really interested to see where Donovan Klingeth goes. They have him going 4 in this mock simulation on Tankathon. I'm going to be really interested because he has more shot-making ability than what he showed in college from the outside. He's going to be able to space the floor in somewhat of a fashion. It may not be to the level of some of the bigs that are out right now, but he's definitely going to be able to do it. Rod Dillingham is absolutely electric offensively. Stephon Castle is an absolute steal. I mean, I could see him being an anchor for a team, a pillar to build around for any team. Pair him with Brandon Miller for the Hornets. That would be outrageous to me. I think it would be an excellent fit. But let's see who goes in that top 4. Do they have the full draft order out yet on Tankathon? Let's take a look. What's up? What's up? Don't forget to say hello in the chat. Maybe the Spurs if they get 4. Man, if this... I don't... This is just shaping up, like I said, like the LeBron year, right? It's definitely shaping up like the LeBron year where, you know, they just get... Somehow the Spurs get niced and get the pick. Yo, what's up, Eternal? I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to let us know you're here. Hit some of those emotes in the chat. Wednesday, we're going to do our typical live stream. This is just a special edition for the lottery. And on Wednesday, we're going to discuss the big board for Bleacher Report. Yo, yo, that's what's up. I appreciate you, Eternal. No doubt. How do we accomplish that on YouTube is the question. I don't even know how that works with YouTube. YouTube is so goofy, man. Atlanta getting number 1 would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, say less, but Atlanta, the whole Trae Young thing. Send the StreamYard link. Ah, I got you. I got you. Give me a second, Eternal. Let me do some things. Cause it's been goofy all day. Like there we go. My stream. This is the first my stream for me showed up even on my YouTube channel. It was being goofy. Just give me 2 seconds here. Still working on this StreamYard link. Secure connections, blah, 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 blah. Yo, the Atlanta Hawks getting the number 1 overall pick. Interesting. Conspiracy theorists are burning their notebooks right now because nobody pegged the Atlanta Hawks getting the number 1 overall pick. So does that mean Trae Young stays or does Trae Young go? And what do you give up for Trae Young at this point? The landing spot that you guys have been reporting on 5 Reasons Eternal on the Off the Floor Discord you guys have. You've been saying the Spurs, right? So like, what do they get back in return for a Trae Young? Like that's the question. What do they get back? I wonder how quick Tankathon's going to have this updated with the correct draft order. Let's see if what is the full draft order at this point then? Let's take a look. Let's see if it's up anywhere yet. Let's see what they got it up there yet. There we go. I don't think it's up there yet. Here's a lottery. Dang, they don't have it up there yet. Man, Tankathon broke. Tankathon straight broke. Oh, there they go. I think they have the is this the right order? Let's see. If anybody is on has the right order, is this the new right order? I can't tell. Oh, I see. I can share that. I see what you're talking about, Eternal. Or is that's just the video link though. I'll have to have you up on stage at a different time, man, because I can't figure this out on the fly. Does anybody know if that's the right order? NBA draft order 2024. All right, so it's Atlanta. Yeah, I can't see if anybody that has it up yet. That was 1 hour ago. Anybody have it out on Twitter yet? ESPN pushed out, of course, that Atlanta has the #1 pick, but they don't have the full draft order up just yet. Let's see. Okay, I see Pistons, Hornets, Trailblazers, Spurs, Grizzlies, Jazz, Bulls, Thunder. Spurs at 9, man, is super interesting. Even Ronald Holland, though, is super interesting for a team like San Antonio. Would that be my pick? No, but it's interesting. Yeah, man. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. What is the most interesting thing about that Atlanta Hawks #1 pick? I can't see them taking Zakari unless Trey's definitely moved. You know what I mean? Unless Trey goes, I just don't see it. There we go. Thank you, Eternal, for posting that in the 5 Reasons Discord. So it's Hawks, Wizards, Rockets, Spurs, Pistons. Got you. So the NBA put that out on Twitter. I got you. That's what's up. All right, so let's dissect this real quick. If Atlanta takes Zakari and Washington then takes Sarr, do the Rockets take Kling and pair him up with Şengün? That was what I said whenever we analyzed the last mock draft, was that Kling could play with Şengün. A lot of people didn't think that was a good idea, pairing those two up. But I think it would actually make them pretty formidable with the guards that they have on that roster. I actually like that quite a bit. And then you have the Spurs getting Nikola Topic to pair with Wemby. Topic, Vassell, and Wemby is a pretty dynamic trio whenever it comes to the offensive end. And then I guess you just got to hope. I mean, Kling can shoot, though. This is what I'm saying, say less. People are acting like Kling is Zach Edey. Kling is not Edey. Kling is a little more switchable. He won't play primarily drop. I mean, he might play drop to start, but he has good enough feet, uses his length well enough to give you some perimeter resistance on those P&Rs. Not only that, Kling can shoot better than you think. The question that I have is for the Spurs. Is Wemby good enough defensively to cover up for Topic and Vassell on defense? And Vassell's defense has gotten better every year, but is it going to be good enough? I mean, Wemby's a pretty good place to start for your back line of defense because he's just an alien on the boards and blocking shots, right? Absolute alien. I'm going to take this poll down now because it's completely irrelevant. So the next question is Matas Buzelis. The Detroit Pistons selecting him, in my opinion, would be a mistake over Stephon Castle. If you select Buzelis over Stephon Castle, you're making yourself you're making a big mistake, right? Buzelis has a lot of potential, right? His shot making wasn't what you'd want it to be, especially against the type of defense that they were seeing in the G League. But I just don't see how you pass on a player like Stephon Castle if you're Detroit. I mean, you could because you've got Cade. You know? You have Cade Cunningham. You've got a Sore Thompson. Maybe those GMs will think he's redundant. But if I'm that team, I'm moving on from Ivy and I'm sticking with Castle, you know? Sticking him in with that trio. Because Buzelis isn't going to give you any defense. They need offense in Detroit. They need shooting in the worst way, but his offense was not consistent. His jump shot was not consistent, you know? Blazers will get Connect or Shepherd just to trade Simmons. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. Definitely not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, do you pass on an offensive talent like Rob Dillingham? I can't see Portland doing that. Rob Dillingham is absolutely electric. And I don't see the Spurs passing on Reed Shepherd either. I mean, I know Ronald Holland's a bigger guard. And Pop, you know, he likes length on the perimeter. But he doesn't have near the playmaking chops of a Reed Shepherd. He doesn't have nearly the knockdown three-point shooting of a Reed Shepherd. But if you take Nikola Topic, he becomes redundant, right? I think some weird things are going to happen with the Spurs picks. Because if you take Nikola Topic, Ronald Holland, where does he fit? Because he'd kind of play that same position that Devin Vassell plays, where he's a combo guard / forward. He's not really a guard. He can't play any power forward for you in the NBA. Hey, I like where your head's at, Eternal. You want to turn this to the Miami Heat? Let's do that, because this is going to be very, very interesting for the Miami Heat. Jared McCain versus Missy, right? If Jared McCain or Missy are both available at the 15th pick, who do you take? Who do you select, right? This one school of thought would be Jared McCain, because you need the offensive playmaking. You need the ability for somebody to create their own shot off the bounce. And I like Jared McCain a lot. I already know what you're saying, Eternal. Absolutely. I get that for sure. 1,000%. 1,000%. You know what we could do, Eternal? I think we could set up a quick Discord call, and your audio would be here as well. I think we'd be able to just do that for the stream real quick, if you wanted to express some of your thoughts and opinions about this pick. Let me know, and I'll get you up here so we can chop it up a little bit. Miami would go Kolek. They will do something different. I can't see them going Kolek that high. Kolek at 15 over McCain is going to be a very difficult proposition. Yeah, we can do something this week. We'll definitely set it up. Do something this week. I appreciate you, Eternal. So anyway, let's talk about the Missy fit, though. The Missy fit very quick. The Yevis Missy. He's 6'10". I think he's closer to 7 foot tall. Yeah, Kolek that high is wild, Eternal. Absolutely wild. But Missy will bring backline defense. He's going to be 19 years old by the time the Heat get their hands on him. He has the ability to handle. Let me pull up some of this stuff from my YouTube channel right quick. Let me do this for you right quick. Where's my Missy breakdown? Where is he? Yo, what's up, Diego? Sar going number 1. I mean, I like Sar at 1. I wouldn't pass on Sar either. Brazilis at... Listen, Brazilis at 5 is very difficult for me because he has athletic traits. He's going to really struggle, though, defensively, and his shot making is good. His form is very good, so it will improve, but he wasn't making near enough shots in the G League against that level of defense, right? I mean, Missy can block some shots, but there's some specific things I want to point out with Missy. I mean, outside of that two-hand yam that he just put on top of his head, I want to point out his ability on the outside. Little cross snatch spin. He's got really, really good feet. I mean, taking him at 15, I'd be really happy what he could do for Miami at 15. Let me see if I can get another possession of him on the outside. That's just him sealing off Dixon there. Here we go. Here's another paint touch. Yeah, you just go with the talent and the upside. I mean, Missy and McCain are both talented, but watch this for a big. That hesitation and go for a big, that is rare. That is rare for a guy his size. Little cross hezzy. He just slipped right there. That's the thing I don't think people understand with Missy. His ability to move in space is going to be way better than what you think. And then his ability to switch on the perimeter. He's going to be more switchable than you think. They're playing drop coverage right there. But watch him switch out and move his puppies, man. He can move his puppies. I didn't mean to turn this into a Messi love affair, but I just love what this kid could do for Miami on that back line, pairing him with Bam Adebayo. Did you just see that dribble package? Needs to be better, needs to be tightened up, of course, but I'm talking about just the ability to do it. Just the ability to be able to put the ball on the deck. I'll definitely make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate you, Eternal. I mean, that ability is something else, man. Something else. Jared McCain, too, he's got more creation ability than people give him credit for as well, off the bounce, right? Again, let me go with this Heat slant real quick and talk about these two potential players that will be there for Miami. Jared McCain has a lot more to his game as the season went on in terms of creation ability. At Duke, they had him off the ball a lot, but when it came tournament time, he's able to create for his teammates. He's got a little more wiggle and burst than you would think, but he's always on balance, right? Even when he relocates on these threes, he's always on balance. Do you see how he's on balance, how high he gets? And pay attention to how thick his quads are. That's one thing that people underestimate about McCain is his strength. But his lower half, his quads are really strong, man. He's going to be a lot better playmaker and going in the lane than he's going to get credit for. Let me take a look at the chat's talking about real quick. Go back to this tankathon. Let me get caught up here. Let's see. Going makes sense. Talent and upside. Memphis will get what in free agency? Let me see that real quick. They'll get a 5 in free agency and draft that best player available. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see Memphis going that route. I mean, Reed changes the way your team runs, man. Just like Kolek, Reed is going to change how efficient your offense is. Your transition game is going to improve. Three-point shooting is going to improve. I really like Reed Shepherd. I love point guard play in general. Y'all know me. That was the position that, I played in high school, lower level Division III. I love point guard play. If I made better decisions in life, who knows what could have happened. No, man, I didn't luck out on the athleticism department, man. I could dunk with 2 hands, but that was all man-made. My natural athleticism's terrible. What 5 is available out there besides Claxton? That's a great point, Eternal. I mean, there are going to be people that are going to get traded, though, at the deadline. They could wait to the deadline as well to pick up another big. There's going to be bigs that get moved. Claxton at $25 million is crazy to me. I like Claxton, but geez, not like that. I don't like him like that. The Utah Jazz getting Jacoby Walter is kind of weird to me. They have Keontae George. Let's take a look at the Utah Jazz roster real quick, because this seems like a weird fit to me, them taking Jacoby Walter, even though he's an absolute sniper. Philip Kelsky and Embiid? I mean, right? You need Embiid insurance, though, right? You need some... I'll be honest with you. If the Miami Heat don't take Messi at 16, I can see the 76ers taking Messi as an Embiid backup. Training for Capella? I mean, yeah. Capella definitely needs to be moved. Embiid starting at the 4? Not right off the bat. I don't see that. I don't see that one. Filipkowski at the 4. What's your question, Eternal? What were you questioning? Kings need a hybrid 4? They do. They definitely do. I mean, they could go either way. They could go either way at the 4 or 5. Oh, flip at the 4 makes sense for the 76ers? He does and he doesn't. He does and he doesn't. Here's why. So, Flip's going to have to shoot the 3 ball better than what he did in college to play at the 4 with 76ers. Even though Embiid can stretch the floor as well. You can put whoever you want with Embiid, and he's going to make them look good when he's on the floor, but how healthy is he going to continue to be? Pistons aren't taking Brazellus, another wing that can't shoot. Brazellus can shoot. He's got nice form. It just hasn't translated for him yet. He's going to need to really work on it. The Kings have Keegan. I like Keegan. I mean, but Keegan at the 4, I like Keegan more as a small forward perimeter player than a 4, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But this is why I kind of like, Dalton Connect for OKC. That's sneakily a problem if you put Dalton Connect in OKC. Let me put that on the poll. That's a good poll question right there. That's a poll question right there. You like Dalton Connect in Detroit? I would love Dalton Connect in Detroit. I think you put Dalton Connect on Detroit, Asar Thompson, and Cade, all of a sudden your offensive punch is crazy. And Asar can cover up for the best player defensively that they're going to face night in and night out. He can take those assignments. Yeah, Cade with a movement shooter next to him, Archangel. Yo, that would be lit, actually. That would be lit. Don't forget to hit the reacts. Just a little bit of information about YouTube's algorithm. The more you react to the stream, the more they'll push it out, the more that helps me. So I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I really appreciate y'all. But yeah, hope Miami can find their Giannis Oladipo at 15. You're not going to find a Giannis and Oladipo in this draft class at 15. You're going to find somebody that can help your team win and complement your core, but you're not going to be able to find a franchise-altering Giannis Antetokounmpo or Victor Oladipo in this particular draft. Like, a lot of people are super high on Terrence Shannon. They have the Orlando Magic picking Terrence Shannon. I don't see that happening. I see him continuing to fall with his legal allegations and trial moving forward. And I also don't see Terrence Shannon being more than a straight line drive open court player, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Harib, if I'm pronouncing that correct? Vic went number 2 in the draft. 1,000% Eternal. He went number 2. And not only Giannis wasn't a projected superstar, but he had raw tools, though, right? He had rare tools in terms of traits. Length, athleticism, agility. There isn't a guy at 15 besides Misi that has that. Let's see. Nolan's nowhere else at 6. Misi could go top 10. Misi could go top 10. I just don't see it. There's too many guys that did too much in college, right? That's a terrible trade, 1-for-1. Yeah. You know. It's like that sometimes. Kelly O went 13. You know, Philip Kowski is mini Kelly O, right? He's Kelly O light. You have Kel-El where above Misi. Let me ask you a question, Archangel. Kel-El Ware is very talented. What happens in the combine and in these individual workouts are going to be super duper important to where he goes. He could go in the bottom half of the draft, or he could go of the first round, or he could go in the second round. It all depends on his work ethic and attitude and his ability and want to. That's what's going to determine where Kel-El Ware goes, in my opinion. Steven Adams. Hey, listen, Steven Adams, a Pitt guy. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, so I was all in on Steven Adams. I liked his game coming out of college. Do you think you could release a big board video? It's in the works. Now that I have a draft order, big board's in the works. A mock draft is in the works. I only do one mock draft. I don't really do mock drafts for clickbait. So I only do one of them, and I'll do that closer to the actual draft. I'll release that. Sound like Misi? I love Misi, man, in this draft for the Heat. Specifically as a Heat fit. But I do love the player, how young he is as well. Like, he's got so much upside. Otto Porter Jr. went 3rd. Man, I feel so bad for Otto Porter Jr., man. His career getting cut short like that, that's crazy to me. You know who reminds me a lot of, and I don't like doing player comparisons, but you know who reminds me a lot of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Is Jalen Bridges. He reminds me a lot of Oubre. But let's keep taking a look at this draft here, how it rounds out. Warriors legend. Pelicans will send BI to Houston, aren't they? I mean, are they? You're going to take the ball out of Jalen Green's hands? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's definitely a tough one. Tristan Da Silva going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel bad for Da Silva. I love that. I love that player, though. I love the player. Shabazz went at 14. Yeah, but say less D. Why did Shabazz go at 14? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why? There were external factors to why he went at 14. Johnny Furphy going to the Pelicans. Furphy will dunk on your head, guys. I don't know if you know this, but he will two-hand hammer right on top of your head. Ben McLemore went at 7. It's not an exact science, man. There are organizational misses everywhere. Precious Achua. Devin Carter going to the Raptors is very interesting. The Suns should be drafting a point guard. So we talked about this in our previous live stream, Archangel. The Suns' organizational philosophy has been the Super Friends building method. They don't really see a point guard as a must Ooh, Tyler Smith to the Bucks? Yo, that's tough. His ability to shoot the rock and stretch the floor offensively? I like Tyler Smith to the Bucks, actually. That's a low-key nice landing spot for him. I'm not too high on Bobby Klintman. The Knicks taking Tyler Kolek to sit behind why is my mind going blank on the guy? Brunson. The Knicks, I can't see the Knicks doing that. The Wizards taking Keyshawn George at 26 would be the most Wizards thing ever. Kevin McCullers to the T-Wolves? Maybe. Zach Edey to the Celtics? The Heat better pick up a big man if Zach Edey goes to Boston, because that would be tough. But he can't space the floor, and Boston really needs people to space the floor. I love KJ Simpson. He's one of my favorite point guards in this draft. I don't think he's going to go in the first round, though. He's probably a second-round guy. But I love his play, man. I've got videos up on the channel on all those guys. Most of the point guards already, except for Bub. I don't have Bub up there yet. Hopefully that mute button worked. Kolek being very good. Man, Kolek is a dog, but are you going to draft Kolek to sit behind Brunson? They're a win-now team. Yeah, I don't see Edey's fit in the modern NBA either. He's a dinosaur. He doesn't leave the lane. He can't shoot outside of 10 feet, and he can't defend outside the foul line or restricted area. Dinosaur. Who do they have in the... Oh, man, Ryan Dunn to the Raptors? That's a great pick for them in the second round. That's a great pick for the Raptors, Ryan Dunn. Dylan Jones is not going 32. I do not see Dylan Jones going 32. There's a video out on the channel of Dylan Jones, and the level of play that he played against, the quality of competition, was really, really poor. Have I heard about Jonathan Mogbo? No, I have not. I have not heard of him. I will look into a lot of fringe players, but I have not seen him play. Jalen Tyson for the Bucks is intriguing. His offensive play is legit. His ability to shoot the rock. I'm concerned about him being at 3 different schools in 3 years. I would like to know more about that. I mean, it's not so uncommon with the transfer portal and the NIL deals, but 3 schools in 3 years is a lot. Dame played for that team, but Dame has traits that translate. Whenever you watch my video about Dylan Jones cannot get off the floor. You could slide a piece of paper under that guy's feet when he jumps. He seems like my type of guy. Okay, I got you. Dylan Jones is shooting 41% inside the arc. Help me understand that. Shoots 41% inside the arc. He gambles a lot on defense, and gambles and misses against lower levels of competition is not a good look. Again, hopefully that mute button worked. I need to take a sip of water. It probably would sound ridiculous in the microphone. Let's keep taking a look here. Harrison Ingram to the Pacers. That's tough. A lot of people love Dylan Jones, but you haven't watched him. You'll have to go watch your vid. Yeah, I'll give you a preview right here, man. Let me give you a little preview of the video real quick. Where's my Dylan Jones? Videos. There he is, right here. So Dylan Jones has some things that you can like, man. He really does. The problem with Dylan Jones is that he doesn't have elite burst. He doesn't change speeds well. But he's really good individually, one-on-one defensively. But what are we looking at here? We're looking at his jump shot. He's a better three-point shooter, which is like 33%. Here, I'll play this one play for you, and then you can watch the rest. He's got a little handle to him, but if you take a look, he's just not fast enough. Like, is that going to translate to the NBA? I'm not so sure. I'm not sold on him. Let's keep on looking. I'm interested in Melvin Agencia. I haven't watched him yet, but I really want to break him down. He might be next on my list of people to break down. I've heard good things about him, and he's a lefty, and I love lefties. Ulrich Chomsky's really interesting. He's really interesting. That video is also up on the channel. Man, is he interesting. He's got really good feet at 6'11", 234, and he can really shoot the rock. Justin Edwards, I really don't like, man. I was really disappointed in his game for how talented or highly recruited that he was. Pacome is really interesting to me as well. Baylor Shireman to the 76ers is low-key fire. For that team, his three-point shooting, that, man, if KJ Simpson goes to Portland, how would he go to Portland? Would I take Chomsky in the first? Yes. If I was an organization, I would take a risk on Chomsky in the first. Like, Kayshawn George, to me, is a second rounder. I mean, his talent, he can improve with his athletic traits. His game isn't ready for me. Juan Nunez at 43? What? Oh, there he is. Actually, say less. Somebody on Twitter reached out to me about Nunez, and they wanted me to do a breakdown on him. They think he can really, really play. He's actually on my radar to break down because of that. I haven't watched him play, so I'm going to have to definitely check him out. I mean, Trey Alexander, so much promise. PJ Hall, not for me. Wizards getting Newton is interesting. Cam Spencer to the Lakers is interesting. They need shooting. He actually is a decent fit. He's from Spain, so Nunez is from Spain. Apparently, he's actually a really good point guard. He can actually really play, apparently, but that's not my opinion. I haven't seen him play. Reeves going to the Grizzlies is very interesting as well. Jalen Bridges to the Mavericks, that's a fit, man. Again, he reminds me a lot of Oubre. His shooting is better than people realize. His athleticism is better than people realize. And he'll rebound, man. I really like Jalen Bridges a lot. Cam Spencer to the Lakers, though. How does that work out? I don't know. Yeah, the Suns don't have any pick. The Suns got that one pick. No, they got two. They got Newton right here. The Suns are at 51. Adeem Bona, I'm out on him. Iguodaro, I mean, Iguodaro and Sabonis, can that work? Why would the Grizzlies draft a PG in the lottery? I have no idea. I like Reed Shepherd, though, but I have no idea. Yeah, Newton would be a nice pickup. He does a little bit of everything. He's an all-around player, that's for sure. I mean, is there more to the Ja Morant thing that we don't know that's going to come out? Eternal. Do they want Ja Morant insurance? I'm just joking. Oh, I'm sure there isn't. I'm just joking. Rob Dillingham. Yo, oh, I wasn't talking about the injury. I wasn't talking about the injuries, Eternal. Rob Dillingham to Portland doesn't make any sense, and then them taking KJ Simpson after. Make that make sense. I mean, if I'm the Grizz, one of these three, right? Dalton Connect, Cody Williams, or Sulawan. Terrence Shannon is hilarious to the Magic. Like, that's such an Orlando Magic pick. Who's he playing? Like, how does he get on the floor? So this is the current draft order. Even though it says 10 days ago, this is the correct draft order. Yeah, I mean, it's not my website. I can't tell you why it says that, but this is the current draft order. I really appreciate y'all sticking around for this special live stream, because I didn't even plan on streaming for this long. It was just supposed to cover the lottery, and we've had a great discussion. We're gonna go live every Wednesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All my videos are gonna be released to the public for free every single time. If you're gonna be a channel member, though, at the star level or higher, and for a special limited time, I'm gonna start releasing them to our role players as well. If you're a channel member, you'll be able to get access to the videos early before anybody else. So there's a video up for channel members right now that'll be released on Tuesday to the public. Just FYI. But yeah, man, this is going to be interesting. We're going to talk about the big board that Bleacher Report has out on Wednesday. So we're going to discuss that a lot. So don't forget to tune into that. Stop by. We'll talk about that big board. There's some names on there that I didn't hear about. There's some names on there that are way higher than they should be. Trey Young about to be a Magic. How many guards do the Magic need, man? Terrence Shannon, guard. Anthony Black, guard. Franz Wagner basically plays like a guard. Markelle Fultz. Cole Anthony. How many guards do the Magic need? Sulawan, man, I really like Sulawan's game. Sulawan can really shoot the rock, and he's super duper high energy. Harrison Fultz are gone. They still have a million guards, say less. I get it. They still have a million guards. And is Terrence Shannon going to get out of this trial? Do you want to bring that to your organization, man? I mean, that's tough. Tough situation. Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens with DeJounte and Trey. You know what I mean? It's gonna be very interesting summer. It's the summer of transactions. If a big trade goes down, I'll probably do a live stream on it, but I don't really cover transactions like that on this channel. But if the people want it, you guys want it, and are engaged, I'll definitely, I'm all about it. Giving the people what they want. The Magic could use a solid 3 and D 2 guard. Yeah. I mean, does Terrence Shannon give you 3 and D though? His 3-point shot, to me, having to shoot from further out, I don't see it translating. His form isn't nearly as good as people say it is. I've broken his form down several times, and it's not what people say it is. You know what I mean? He's the wrong answer to me. That Mario sound effect's ridiculous. They signed Clay? That's a great question for the transaction superstars out there. You're a star already? Hey, Archangel, there we go. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I didn't see that come through, but I appreciate you. Yo, that fire sound effect plays forever. You gotta stop it. That sound effect's horrid. Never using that sound effect again. But let me ask you guys a question. What do you think happens with Clay? What do you think the best landing spot for Clay is? Because for Clay at this stage in his career, he needs to be able to just spot up and shoot as your third guy. He's not really going to be able to be your number two. Pistons need more wings. Ivy and Cade don't work. I think Cade's better than you're giving him credit for. I think Ivy gets way too much usage rate in Detroit. I think he's way too much usage. Magic, Lakers, or Kings. I could see his fit in LA. I could definitely see Clay's fit in LA. Do they have the money to do that? I'm not a cap guy. A Cade-Asor backcourt is better. I was saying that all year. It didn't make any sense how Asor, leading the entire NBA almost in rebounding outside of Wemby for most of the year, and then they just sat him the whole second half of the year for Ivy. Unless they're trying to pump his trade value or whatever. I don't know. You're right. They need to move Ivy. Definitely need to move Ivy. Sasser as well, man. Sasser is a great offensive guard in the second round that they found. And he can really light it up. He can play, man. I'm interested about this Klay Thompson thing, though. That's actually really interesting to me. Ivy would fit on the Spurs. I don't see him fitting on the Spurs. He could definitely fit on the Wizards. Absolutely could fit on the Wizards. What about everybody's love affair with Devin Carter? I didn't hear too much chatter about Devin Carter this entire stream. Devin Carter going to the Grizz. What do you think of that? I mean, he's feisty defensively. He's physical. Undersized, though, to play that physical style in the NBA at 6'3". Same problem Isaiah Collier has. Carter's going to the Heat. You're putting your money where your mouth is. That's your final answer. Carter to the Heat. Ivy would fit the Jazz. Let me put it to you this way. Say less. Let me put it to you this way. You would have to pass on Jared McCain, Messi, Philip Kowski, and Tristan da Silva to take Devin Carter. You think the Miami Heat are that high on Devin Carter to do that? It's a real question. So you're saying McCain and Da Silva won't be there. So who is getting pushed off of this board, the top 14? Who are you pushing down if McCain and Da Silva won't be there? Who are you pushing down? Matas? Are you pushing Matas down? Are you pushing Jacoby Walter down? Isaiah Collier, are you pushing him down? Do you understand what I'm saying, though, Say Less? Like, I know you like Devin Carter, and you're trying to rationalize why McCain won't be there. So you think Walter and Collier... I can see Collier falling. So if Collier falls, who goes in his place? Who goes in Collier's place? You're taking McCain instead of Collier, right? The Heat need to move off Jimmy. Man, I don't see that happening, and I wouldn't want that, to be honest with you, for the Heat. What are you getting for him? The 5 Reasons team did a scenario where if they moved off Jimmy, you get 3 mid-round, first-round picks basically back in return. Walter will fall for international guys. Which international guy, though, Say Less? It's got to make sense for the team. Yeah, I like McCain over Collier as well. He said, all right, we've gone too far. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm not trading Jimmy. Definitely not just for a 3-and-D guy. That doesn't make any sense to me. I agree with you, Eternal. Definitely too far, man. Definitely too far. He's unreliable. And you have the heir apparent in Jaquez. All right, so I like where your head's at with Jaquez, but at the same time, you do realize Jimmy willed his team to the NBA Finals several times. Jaquez isn't doing that for you. Not yet, anyway. You got to see what that guy develops into. There are only so many guys that are going to be a difference maker come playoff time to carry your team. Jimmy just so happened to hurt his MCL by landing on someone's foot. Availability is definitely a concern, but you don't just give up one of those guys that can lead you like that. Change the whole mentality of an organization. 47 through 19 is crazy. I don't know what that means. (47 through 19). Knicks look disjointed. The Knicks are disjointed in terms of this draft. This draft doesn't make sense for the Knicks at all, in my opinion, outside of Chauncey. Bobby Klintman and Tyler Kolek's a great player, but where does he get playing time? Eric Spoelstra created this team's mentality. I agree. He helped with the culture, and he is Heat culture. But Jimmy is also Heat culture for this build. Name another guy that's going to do what he did in the playoffs, is what I'm saying. When it came playoff time, he was literally one of the best players in the entire league. Past laurels, they never won. It's time to move forward. He's 35, hurt too often. Again, what do you get for him? What does it make your team? Knicks take McCullough and Ryan Dunn. Dude, Ryan Dunn on the Knicks. He is defensive stopper, man. Can he hit the corner 3 though? And I don't see him doing that. It makes him a whole different player if he can consistently hit that corner tray ball. OG and Dunn locking guys down for show. OG and Dunn is a nightmare defensively. Brunson is a dog too, man. People don't give him enough credit. Right, so you're not making the playoffs next year if you trade Jimmy, though. Again, you're not going to be a playoff team without Jimmy. You can have all that draft capital that you want. They won 80% of their games, and they were in the play-in. They won 80% of their games without Jimmy, and were in the play-in. You guys are really underestimating what Jimmy does, man. What do you think about DeRon Holmes to the Denver Nuggets? A little Jokic support off the bench. Who is you guys? I don't know what you're saying. Say less. Jimmy's definitely a lifer. What did they win in the playoffs without him? Did you see that team in the playoffs? Did you see that offense in the playoffs? That offense in the playoffs was putrid. It was anemic. What other adjectives can I describe that offense? Yo, what's up, Antonio? Thanks for dropping by the stream. I really appreciate you. Trade picks for Brogdon and Thibault for Jimmy? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? I got some more sound effects on here. What are we working with? We can just hit him with the Kendrick real quick. That's what I think of those trades, by the way. No, I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been great. I'm going to leave it here for today. This is way longer than I planned to. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Big shout out to Say Less from Ethan's Off the Floor Discord for 5 reasons. I really appreciate them. And trade Jimmy for a pair of forces. Now you're really trolling. I need to get some new forces. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great Mother's Day.